Today we continue on our training on PHP programming language. So in our last part we looked at the various types of conditional statement and loops, but today I want us to go to function. So you just start your program, you just save your work, you may save it as function function.php, then you save. After save, now you press doc and you press enter to generate the basic terms of HTML document. So you say then in between there you can write PHP, then you close. In between there PHP, now you start writing. I want to insert it as a comment. You may have what is a function. We define what is a function. So a function is a block of code written in a program to perform specific task. So let me minimize. Now we have various types of function. There are types of function. Types, we insert it as a comment. Types of function. Type of function, we have number one, we have built-in function. We have two, we have user defined function. Okay, now that's number two, types of function, user defined function. Let's say for instance you may have how do you write a function? What should you use? Or next question you may ask yourself, when do we use function? Now you may have one reason is reusability. We have easy to error detection. Then we have number three, that is number two. We have number three, we have easily maintained. There are various ways on how we can write our function. When writing user-defined function, there are various ways you can write your function. So how you can write your function? How to write function. Then you may write it in camel case. You may write it into camel case, where every every word after first one is capitalized. So you may have example, you may write my, then you write function. You see now F is in capital letters, so that's what then you put this kind of bracket, then you put a semicolon. That's an example for camel case. You may write it into lowercase, you may write it into lowercase, whereby words whereby letters are in lowercases. So you may have an example here. You may say my function. You may say my function. So each letter in function. So then we have a underscore. We have a underscore there. You may read it. So but with a underscore in between. So when forming function with lowercases, there should be an underscore in between the words. So you may write it in Pascal case. You may write also in Pascal case. Where every word, every first letter of each word is capitalized. So you may have this example. You may say we have my. See now, the first letter M is capitalized, F is capitalized. Then you may have, let's put a bracket there. So here you may have, then you put a semicolon there. So you continue. Now we want to have a syntax for a function. You form our own function. Now what you'll do, just type, may say for instance you may have function. You may write function, then you say my function, so that is camel case. Then you put those brackets, then you now there you may say variable x equals to hello world, then you put a semicolon. Then you may say echo variable x. Then after the brackets here you may write now my function. You put the semicolon there. Then you go to your browser. You just write localhost stroke my project, the folder name stroke function .php. You refresh. Now you see it produces hello world. because you've said you've defined the function is this is my function. Now you say echo this one, the value of x. So you say my function. Now that is an example that we have. So we may have another example. Then you may go. So what you need to know. We may have another example here. I try to explain something. So we may have another example there. You may say variable num1 equals to 5. You may say variable num2 equals to 6. Then you may say, so these two are called parameters. These two are called parameters. So 5 and 6 are called parameters. So you may define a function. You may say function. So you may put a function. So the function that you want, you can say function. You say function. Say let's say function. You may say let's say calculator. That's a function now. You may put into bracket. Then in the between the bracket you may say num1. Okay, num1 put comma num2. Okay, now then you put those type of bracket there, and then you continue to say echo num1 you multiply by num2. Then you put semicolon. Then you come after this bracket there, you write, because you identifying the function as calculator, you may say echo calculator. num1 num2. Stop num2. Put a semicolon. Then you just go to your browser. You refresh now. See, now you have 30. You have 30. So in between here, you may see also echo break. We have a break there. So okay, let's continue. That's example 2. So these are called arguments. These are called parameters. Now we want to have a function with return value. We want to have a function with return value. So you may put this one into as a comment. You may add them as a comment. You may put them as a comment there. Then you continue and try it. Let's say function with return values. Now we want to look at function with the return value. Then you say num1 equals to 10, num2 equals to 15. Then you may have function. Then you say let the function be and Then you may say num1 and num2. Okay, now I'm gonna put this type of bracket. In between there you may say result equals to num1 plus num2. Now you may say return. Now you can't echo because you're adding the two. So you may say return result. Then you say, then after that you may say after the bracket here, the echo the number is and say you say you print that function and you say num1 num2, then you have num2. You put a semicolon there. You go to your browser, and you refresh. The number is 25 because we are adding 10 and 15. We are adding 10 to 15. Now you may change this number, you may change this sign, let's say you multiply. Now you see, let's see what it will bring. Number is 150. Now it multiplies 10 and 115, you get 150. You may change the sign as we looked in our last episode on operators. So you have that one function, so you may put this one into, let's say, default value. You may have the default value. Now you may say equals to 20. You may have equals to 20. Now after now you put that one, you just go to your browser, then you refresh it, unexpected num2 line 41. Now num2, no, now this one you just rub it, then just go to your browser there, then you refresh. The number is 10. Now you may have various types. You may change the sign, you may change the variables and detail on yourself. Then now I want to look on our next part. Now we have looked at user undefined function. So these one are user undefined function. These are user undefined function up to that point. So you may have something you call built-in function, which are meant to the program. We have various types of functions that are inbuilt in the program, like you have several function, math string function, we have math function, we have arrays function, we have date and the times, then we have, so we'll be looking at date and times is the last part. After that, now we'll go to something else we call super globus, post, get, and all those. Then we'll be introducing to databases. Now, I want to look at built-in function. Built-in function, which are there inside the computer. So you have first one, we have month function, and we have several of them. You may have one as, you may have one, let's say a, we have sale, sorry, we have sale. Now the number is rounded to 2. Let's say, have an example here. You may say echo sale, then you put a number there, 1.50. let's see the difference now. Let's see what it outputs now. Then when you just go to your browser, then you refresh, the number is rounded to 2. You see, now the number has been rounded to 2. So that is something automatically in the computer that it knows that when you use echo cell, the number is rounded to 2. You see, now this number is rounded to the next part. If it reaches 5, let's say you use something else we call floor. Let's say we use something else we call floor. Instead of cell here, we may use floor. So floor is the next one. Let's see what it puts on. See, the number is rounded to 1. So there's a difference between cell and floor. Then you have the next one, you have round, where you specify the number of, let's say, echo round. You specify now after this one. Let's say we have a different number here. We may have 0.7345, less, something like that. Then you separate with a comma. Then you put any number which you want, any value, like you may put 4, you may put 3. Then you go to your browser. Now the number is rounded to 3 decimal places. You may specify an value you want. You may have 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 1. So then you have something else we call string function. So those are math function. There are very many other functions. You may follow on my website www.learntechphilo.wordpress.com to get more function on this. We have something else we call string function. Now the string function, we have the first one, we may have string length. Now you may have something like, let's say, for instance, we may have variable string equals to today is a rainy day. Then you put semicolon there. The next part, you may say echo string length. You put that on. Then you say variable string. You say variable string, put semicolon. Then you may go to your browser. So this one you may insert it as a comment because we are done with that. So you just go there and you say it have to post 19. Now it counts the number of this one string length. You may say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19, because it also counts the number of spaces. Let's say you space here, let's say we add another space there. Now see what it brings. It will pull string. Now it counts also spaces and the punctuation. So you may have full stop, many full stop. Now see what it will output. It will output 25. Okay, because we have added 5 dots. Now we may continue to the next part. We may have B. We have something we call string word count. Then we may have, let's say, variable first name, variable first name. Then you may say equals to my first name, my first name is Philo. My first name is Philo. You may say speech marks. Then you say echo break. Okay, you may insert a break there. Then you may say echo string word count. So you put this one and count. And you may put into brackets. Then say variable first name. Variable first name. Then you put into bracket that one. Then you go to your browser. Then uncoded and contact string. From line 21. So this one is first name equals to my first name is, so my first name the problem now the problem was that we are using this kind of minus sign, but it should be underscore. Use an underscore string, use an underscore, then you put word count. Now it returns 5 because the words are 1 2 3 4 5. If you want any other number here, you may add like I am 20 years old. I'm 21. I'm 20 years old. Then you just go to your browser. May have 9 because you have added 4 words. Now, that is what you call string word count. Now, you may have something else you call how to find a text within a string. How to find a text within a string. How to find a string. How to find a text within a string. Now you might have C. That is C. Now look how to find a text within a string. Within a string. Within a string. Within a string. Now you may have, let's say, email. You may have email. You may have, let's say, Philip. My email is Philip Mutuku at gmail.com. At gmail.com. You put semicolon there. Then you continue and say echo. Okay, you may insert a break there. Then you say put a semicolon. Then you continue and say if, insert a if function there. If string pause. Now you introduce to something else different we call string pause. String pause. String pause. May have if string pause, you put a bracket there and say if string pause variable email, then you put a comma and say find what, then let's say at that sign. Then you may say echo, this is a valid email. This is a valid email. Else echo, this is invalid email. Now put semicolon, go to your browser and you refresh now. Then it will post this is a valid email. This is a valid email. Now you may say, because it says that this is a valid email, you may put now, may change this one and let's say you remove it. Now you go to your browser, then you refresh. This is invalid email because it has no ad. It has no this ad, this one which you're searching for. So that's how you find a text within a string. That's how you find a text within a string. Now the last part, we're going to look at something you call dates and time. We'll be looking at, okay, the last part we are going to look today is something you call array function. Now, sorry for that. So you'll be looking at array function. Let's wrap this one to that point. You wrap that one, then you may add number 3, may say array function. Then you may say array function. Now you have merge arrays. We'll be looking at how to merge arrays. You may have something like variable personal info equals to, then you say array, you say, let's say name, you may say name, then you associate it with philo, then you may say another, okay, this one is a semicolon, then you say you add another variable there, you may say more information, you may say array, and you put into brackets, this is something like state, you may say you associate it with I'm from Kenya, just an example, then you say variable personal info equals to array munch, put a underscore, array munch, then you may say what are you munching, you are munching personal info, then more info, you're munching personal info and more info, then you put semicolon there, then you say for each you include 4, then you say personal info as key you associate with value, then you say echo key value, put the bracket, you break, now put a semicolon there, then you just come here and say print r, then say personal info. So now you have that, then you just say you go to your browser, then you refresh expected value equals token line 18 yeah. Okay, you may have you associated Kenya, so you go there, then you refresh now like s expected token s line 20 4, you just go to your browser and you refresh now in see line 20 unexpected. You just go there in line 24, line 24. Okay, this one, just delete that one, and just go to your browser. You refresh now. Name Philo State Kenya. So array it matches this one, Philo State Kenya. Now this one it associate name is Philo, state is Kenya. So sorry for any inconvenience there, but now I hope you have understand how to match arrays. Now next on our part we'll be looking at super globus, then we'll be looking get and post, then we'll look several things there, then we introduce to something you call databases. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment for more interesting articles, for more interesting presentation at Atlantic Philo. So keep focused, keep updated.